What's up, everybody? We are here. It's Thursday already. Y'all believe that? So,
So glad it's Thursday.
man, it's been a busy week already. Looked like Thrifty Angela was first in the house, and Bob's Adventure was right in behind there. So, nursing our travel bug is here, and Nettie and Shanna and Happy Place Camping and Mary Jones and his way homestead. So we'll give everybody a few minutes to get to rocking and rolling in here. I think there was another live going on, so everybody get you a drink of coffee and sit back, and we'll get this thing rolling in just a minute. So before ever, well, be nice for everybody to get in here.
I'm
So
actually on my second cup of coffee, which is weird. I normally only drink one.
wow,
Yeah,
we might not be able to handle that.
I'm
I
the
know.
same way this morning. I drank my big old cup and now I'm down to this one, but
Yeah.
I'm on my second. I had one before the bus. I've been drinking two before I come home. One before and one on the way. And then I cut that back to one and then one when I get here. So, but it's just aggravating. So,
Right.
anyway, for all of our podcast folks, we got Nettie with us today. Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless YouTube channel. She's sitting beside us. She's one of our producers. She's not retired yet, so she stays in the chat a lot of times. You'll hear her a couple days every now and then during the week, but mostly on Tuesday night. And so then below us, we have Felix with Happy Place Camping, who is our other producer. And so she is with us all the time, unless she goes on one of these exotic vacations across country. And, so,
Yeah.
and or goes magnet fishing. Everybody talks about the husband wanting to go fishing. You just never know about Happy Place Camping. They'll lay out of work to go magnet fishing. So, but anyway, for all of our podcasters, that's who that is. All you out in the chat, y'all know who that is. So we're going to get to rolling here. Let's go ahead and get some announcements out of the way. And everybody else will get in here in a minute. There's Van Life with Gina Payne rolling in. Camping Therapy
Yeah.
Chasing America. I think somebody opened the door and let them in. Yeah, buddy. There's James Catniece coming in. So tomorrow we will have Friday Fun Day. So Fun Day Friday. So no guests tomorrow, and we'll be hanging out, doing it old school. We'll just be talking and cutting up, talking about whatever comes to the top of our head. And I'm going to talk about a gift I received yesterday, and really unique gifts. I get a lot of gifts. Thank you guys for that. I get a lot of stuff all the time, and some of it I can share with y'all. Some of it I'm not allowed to share with y'all. And so, but I'm going to share this tomorrow with you guys, and it's pretty cool. And that just lets you know how much attention our chat pays to things I say and do. So that's pretty cool. So there's Thomas Weaver coming in, and I don't think I missed anybody else coming in.
You got Roy and Becky that just came in.
Did I miss Roy and Becky? There's Roy and Becky. I've done made Roy and Becky a morning person. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they usually come in toward the end of the show. So Monday, who do we have, Felix?
Buddy the Talking Bichon.
I like it when she says it. I screw it up.
That's an amazing channel. Oh my gosh.
So Tuesday morning, we're going to have Trip and Tracy. Tuesday night, everybody got to be here. Our podcasters, this will be uploaded as well. But if you want to come over to the YouTube side, Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a young lady from close to where I live here in North Alabama. She can sing and she can also write, and so she's going to be with us Tuesday night. Got a lot of people coming in, but let's skip down to September the 15th. Tuesday night, September the 15th. We have scheduled the biggest channel we've ever had on our show, And we're going to have Traveling Robert. Any of you RVers out there on the podcast, I know we got a lot in the chat, but Traveling Robert, a lot of you guys already know him. He runs about 140,000 subscribers. He has about 2 million people watch his videos. So he has a lot of people watch his videos, and he's just a great guy. You hear me talking about not drinking shot glasses of Cuban coffee? That's where I learned about Cuban coffee. So Traveling Robert, he is going to be with us. It's not very often that you get a big channel like that that'll be on a little channel like ours. So I am tickled to death for that. Thanks, Felix, for being brave enough to send the email. So that worked out great. And so we got a lot of great channels that's going to be with us between now and then, and I'll let you know who they are. So we're having issues with our YouTube, putting links on our YouTube description. And I noticed I was not the only one having those issues. I was on another channel last night, and they were having the same issue. So I'm going to try and take not all, the ones that I'm having problems working time after time after time, like the merch store will not work from one time to the next. The podcast link will not work from one time to the next, and the membership link will not work from one. I don't know why. So anyway, those links, those 3 links, are now been moved over to the About page. So all of our social media links and all of those links are in the About page. If you have something besides an iPhone, there's a join button on the phone if you want to do the membership. If you don't want to do that, you scroll that page down and go to our page. There's a membership tab. You can click on that membership tab. But there's plenty of places. The bots, if you're in the chat, the bots are dropping all those links as well. So I reckon the bot links are hot. So if any of the moderators don't care, check those links as they come through the bots today. Let's make sure they're hot. So anyway, we got 21 in the house. Looks like Colorado Martini has jumped in the door. That's awesome. Good to have you guys. We're going to have them on the show September the 3rd. Thursday, September the 3rd. So you guys will have to be here for that as well. So good to have them in here with us. And so we have went over all the announcements, I think. And I think we may be ready to rock and roll. So let me see here one more time and welcome people in. I got Van Life with Gina Payne, Thrifty Angela, Camping Therapy, James.
I saw Aaron Jameson also. I don't know if you saw him come in.
I didn't see him. Saltwater Born, Colorado Martini's in the house. Bob's Adventures in the house. Bob's Adventures on Wheels. That's going to be hard to get used to saying right there now. A little bit crazy, 84. I still don't see Aaron Jemison.
Yeah, he's further up. I just happened to notice that.
There he is.
Yeah. And Meemaw's Matter came in also.
Good deal. Guys, if I miss you, don't be offended, because this is hard to do from this side and keep up with it. So, but welcome everybody in. We're glad to have everybody. I appreciate y'all taking time out of your day to be with us. We have See OuRView going to be with us here in just a second. Let me get another drink of coffee and we'll get this interview started. By the way, I forgot the name of it, but I'm drinking coffee today. It's whiskey barrel aged coffee. It's a gift from K&R Destinations, and I'll try to think to bring the can in here one day. Pretty awesome. So I have moved on, and so I try to tell y'all what I'm drinking just in case y'all ever want to know. If I forget to tell y'all just ask me. So, all right, let's bring up See OuRView and see what's going on in their life. How about it, guys?
Hi, folks.
Good morning.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Good deal. Good deal. We had a little bit of technical issues earlier in the green room trying to get everything ready. And it's an issue we've had. If any of you guys do live streams, if you have a guest up on the screen and they can't hear you, but they can hear everybody else and everybody else can hear you, take that person completely out of the the green room, let them go all the way out, then click the link and come back in, and that'll fix that problem. I don't know why it does it, but it happens a lot on this show. So much so that we knew exactly what to do to fix it. There's artists on the road coming in. Lucky Dog Productions moderators. Meemaw Matters is here. So, See OuRView. So we had y'all scheduled a couple weeks ago. Had some bad internet, so we worked through it and got a great internet connection this morning.
And we have Living Light RV that just came in.
Living Light RV is in the house. I hear they're friends of y'all.
Yeah, hi there, Living Light.
Are y'all partners in crime or something?
They're the ones who inspired us to start our YouTube.
Yeah.
So y'all were friends with them before YouTube.
Yep.
All right. So for everybody that's in here that don't know who y'all are, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your channel.
Well, I'm Tim, the dad.
And I'm Crystal,
the daughter. And if you guys don't know why we do that, it's because a lot of people mistake and don't realize that we're dad and daughter and not together. So,
Right.
And we get that so often, and it's very embarrassing when it happens. But our channel is mostly just about what's going on with us as we full-time RV around the country, and lately the country's just been Texas. But we're currently
Texas
celebrating.
is a big country.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
But we've recently hit 3 years of full-time RVing, and so we're kind of still celebrating that milestone. We're doing like 3 videos of 3 years, and whereas last week was the first, and this Friday we'll put out the second, and then next week the third one, to commemorate those 3 years. So, and I don't know what else can we say. We were so happy that Donovan and Jody ended up getting a bricks and sticks to settle down a little bit. They're still going to RV, but they invited us to participate on their reveal video that came out yesterday, RV on the Wayside. And so I think we did a pretty good job of making a little bit of funny in there for them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, well, good deal. So I have watched some of your stuff before, and I know already who the boss was. You didn't have to say anything about that. So I could tell from I am a watcher from picnic table days where you were and him were arguing over cutting out the bloopers, and that's how long. I don't get to watch a lot of your stuff because I have to rotate out and watch different people. But I remember I think that was the first video I watched of you guys, and you were trying to tell Dad how it needed to be done, and Dad didn't have a clue. And I thought it was hilarious that y'all left that in your video. Matter of fact, I think I video rated your channel with a video, and I think that's the video that I highlighted. And it was hilarious. It just tickled me to death that you left all that in there.
Yeah, well, we figure. I mean, we don't script our videos, and we just, whatever happens, and we figure it's us. That's that's who we are. So, I think the closest we got to scripting anything was the stuff we did for RV on the Wayside, and that really wasn't planned. That we just rolled with the ideas as we came up with them.
Yeah.
I try not to. My videos, I'm not a big editor. I enjoy putting music to video, but I am terrible at editing. And one of these days, I want to try to go to some kind of class and learn more about it. And I've learned a lot just by doing, and that's the best way to learn because you don't forget it, right? But I usually do my videos, a lot of those, especially my short videos, my how-to, one take, boom, you get what you get. And then I add the intro and the extra on it, and anything, add music to it or whatever. But I'm not, I don't have smooth transitions.
Well, believe it or not, she does all the editing for ours on her iPhone.
A lot of people do that.
We've tried doing it on the computer, and that editing software just takes the computer down to its knees, and it makes it so frustrating to try to do anything that she found it easier just to do it on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if anybody has a question, if you'll tag Happy Place Camping or Mel Nettie Living Free zip code, if you'll tag them in it, they'll see it. If you don't tag them, they may still see it, but not. It lowers your chances of getting seen. So, so what kind of rig do you guys have? I know, but we'll tell everybody else.
Well, we go ahead.
It's a 1995 Fleetwood Southwind,
It's a
Class A.
Class A. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1993.
Oh, 93.
Yeah, a 93. It's the same age as my wife and my wedding. So we've been together. We've been married for 26,
7 years.
something like that. But anyway, from
You get in
93 till
trouble if
now.
you get it wrong.
Well, when we first bought it, it was 25 years. So now it's 27 or 28 years.
So
Don't try to do math this early.
I'm lucky to even be 20.
y'all ain't had enough coffee to get into that.
Right.
So let me ask this. I need to know this. This is a pretty important question, and I know the chat's going to hinge on whether they follow your channel based on this answer alone. Do you drink your coffee black, or do you add and make it chocolate milk?
I drank my coffee with cream and sugar.
Oh,
Yay! A winner.
man. Man, please tell me, Crystal, that you drink black coffee.
Coffee puts me to sleep, so I can't drink coffee.
Me too. Me too. Plan Our Destination sent me a bag of Death Wish coffee. I was scared to
We
death to
tried
drink.
that.
My son got me a bag of that for Christmas last year, and boy, I tell you what,
You drink it black. For
they
the first
advertise it as strong, but
World's
I found it
strongest.
so smooth. I drank it black.
Me too. Yeah. Everybody thought I was crazy. They thought I was just, IV and caffeine. But
That
it's
Death
not.
Wish that's the only coffee I think I've ever drank black.
I love it. I've got a whole bunch of coffee that I got to drink. Kyle texted me the other day and said, "Are you out of coffee?" I'm like, I'm out of Death Wish coffee, but I have a lot of coffee that's been gifted to me from the chat. And so I'm working on it. Actually, I'm drinking some today that Kyle and Ryan gave me. I wish I could think of the name of it, but it's whiskey barrel aged, and it is smooth. It's smooth. It's not as smooth as Death Wish coffee, but Death Wish coffee.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I tried it, I was scared to death because I had watched Traveling Robert talk about Cuban coffee, doing shots of Cuban coffee. And so when I got that package of Death Wish coffee and it plainly says up front, world's strongest coffee, I'm like, this may be out of my league here. And so we got up early the next morning to do a yard sale because we're downsizing. And I thought, what better time to try it, right? First thing in the morning. So I drank me a cup, and Tammy's like, well, what do you think about it? I'm like, I can't really tell any difference. I mean, I'm not bouncing off the roof of the house or anything, and I believe I'll have another cup. And so I drank another cup. And so I drank another cup, and about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, Tammy found me sitting under a shade tree sleeping. So Living Light RV said to tell you guys that they love you guys and that you're looking good. They just popped in for a few minutes while they're getting ready to work.
Well, we love Living Light RV too. Hi, Kent. Hi, Lisa. You guys are awesome. And hopefully you'll get to make it down this October. Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Death Wish coffee, I will say I was impressed the first cup I drank. I thought maybe to have a kick in an hour, one of those aftershock kind of things. Never did. I actually put it to the test the other day. I had about 9:30 at night here a couple of days ago. I was fixing me a cup of coffee. I'm one of these that can drink a cup of coffee and go to bed. I mean, it don't really bother me. But
Well,
I
that's
didn't know
what
if I could
I
drink.
do too.
Yeah, I didn't know if I could drink that and go to bed. But I accidentally fixed me a cup, and I wasn't gonna pour it out. We don't waste coffee. So I thought this would be a good trial run to see if it works. If nothing else, I'll drink another cup in the morning, do the show, and then take a nap or something. But anyway, I drunk it about 9 or 9:30. 30 minutes later, Tammy kicking me on my foot. I was asleep in the lazy boy. So it didn't.
Well,
I
I
don't
swear
know.
it's I swear that it's not the coffee that keeps me awake. It's the sugar. That's why I put sugar in mine, because it's that I like that sugar. Mm-hmm.
Oh me. When I was young, I put a lot of stuff in my coffee, but I didn't drink coffee for a lot of years. I didn't really start back drinking coffee until probably my mid to late 40s. And I kids going to college and all that, I reckon pushed me over the top. But
I thought that's all old you were now.
what? Yeah.
About mid to late 40s.
Yep. That'd be nice. I will say this. I'm not the oldest in the room though. Not counting. I'm talking about us three over here. I'm not the oldest in the room. That's all I'm gonna say.
So all I got to say is you better mind your elders.
Gary's in trouble.
So
I got a feeling Gary stays in trouble.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I forget that we run a podcast. So, and I didn't introduce our guest below, I don't think, properly, because I assume that everybody can see the screen. But sitting below me is our guest today with See OuRView. And so if you write that out, leave the RV capitalized, you'll know the kick on their channel. And they're an RV channel, full timers. And we got Tim, the dad, and Crystal, the boss lady. I mean, the daughter, which is the boss lady. And if you watch their videos, you'll laugh and cut up as well. And we love their channel, and they're our guest today. So if you want to check out their YouTube channel, it's See OuRView, and it's all put together. So
Yeah.
Now,
I'm curious, Gary, how they came up with their name.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
Well, basically, I thought when I first got the idea to sell the house and get an RV and start up Instagram, because we hadn't even thought about doing YouTube then. I was just wanting to put stuff on Instagram. And I kept thinking that, well, we're going to be out there in the RV. We're going to be seeing all this neat countryside. And that's what I want to show off. And, I take a lot of wildlife pictures and pictures of the mountains and that kind of stuff, and the rivers and the oceans. And so that's what I wanted to share with everybody was our view. So come see our view, take a look at what we see, and follow along.
And that's actually why we had issues when we were starting our YouTube and butting heads a lot, because we couldn't decide on what we wanted our YouTube to be, because he was like, well, our name is See OuRView. People don't need to see us. And I'm like, but that's what YouTube is about.
Right.
It was the longest time before we ever put pictures of us on Instagram or even on YouTube. When we first started doing YouTube, it was pictures of deer and little videos
until
of
I took
sea
over
otters and stuff. And
yeah, I realized that early on.
and,
That's when the channel exploded.
Yeah.
Yep. And once she took over, things changed. So now See our view, but come look at us make fools of ourselves too.
So I kid you guys and cut up with you a lot, and but I think the personal aspect of it is what people connect with. They do want to see your views, but they also want to know it from your standpoint, and without seeing you, they don't know what you're thinking and and where you're at. Slow momentum dash cams, a lot of views while he's traveling, pulling trailers across the country, and he sees awesome things. He had a video that I love. My favorite is Mount Hood. Awesome, but you can hear him in the back telling all about it. But if you never met Slow Momentum, you know, you'd be missing half of what the show's about. Slow Momentum, KT, and BJ, they're awesome, and just like you guys, how y'all interact with each other is as much a part of the show as what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's what we've learned. Once we actually started getting serious about building our channel and making content that people actually want to watch. They need to know who we are. And we figure we don't have a huge viewer base, but the folks that we have, we're really close with, and they seem to genuinely care about us and what's going on with them, and it goes both ways. We care about the folks that watch us too, because there's a lot of interaction behind the scenes that people don't see, and I think that's pretty neat.
What was one of the things about YouTube that surprised you when you got in here and started doing your channel? What was the one thing that just blew your mind?
This community that Bob has put together, it
From Blue Wave.
from Blue Wave Odyssey, when the pandemic hit and he started doing his lives every day and inviting people over to his channel, and all of this RV community came together. That is about the same time that we come into this, and it blows me away at this tight knit community that we're a small part of.
Yeah. So, Crystal,
Yes.
On the spot.
you're on the spot. So, when y'all started this channel, I know you had a different vision. I can tell that in some of the videos you do. You see things different, and that's great. That's why I have these two guys with me. They have different visions because I get tunnel vision, and
Mm-hmm.
these two over here has two different visions of things that we can do. They throw stuff at me all the time. But I noticed in your videos, I could tell the way y'all bounce stuff off that you seen the channel in a different light. What what is it that you want to see you guys do in the future? Or do you think you're on the right path of where you're going now, or do you see some changes coming up?
I love where we are right now. And I love our dynamic and how we interact, but I would like to be a little less a mess.
I think that makes the show.
I'm a big list person. I love doing lists and planning things out, and we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants.
You would make a
And
great
sometimes-
producer on my show because these two over here are the same way. You'd fit right in.
Our video that's coming out tomorrow, I think we've tried to film it 4 different times now, and we are still not completely done with it because it's so off the cuff that sometimes we don't know what it's going to be until we're in the thick of filming it and like bouncing ideas off, and then it just takes forever. So I would like to get to a point where it doesn't take up so much just trying to get the video done.
Yep.
And I would like, I'd like to be creative with it a lot. I love Donovan and Jody's stuff, and I don't want to do what they do, but I love how much fun they have with it.
Well, and when we filmed that little skit for them, we had
a blast.
More fun with it, I think, than we've had filming anything for YouTube yet.
We also didn't argue doing it.
Right. But,
that makes the show. Y'all don't understand. That is what people want to see.
Because that's like original, that's like every day, and that's what people want to see. You know what I mean? That makes your show unique.
Yep.
And when we started out, we started off watching like the big channels, Less Junk, More Journey, Keep Your Daydream, when we were thinking about doing RVing, and we're like, but all they show is the highlight reel. They don't show like the mundane, the arguments behind the scenes. So we knew we wanted to incorporate that, and I don't think we'll ever edit that out completely. Mostly because it just takes too long to edit.
Well, and we are. I mean, that's one of the core things with us is we definitely want to show the real.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to get to the point where
we don't want it to sound scripted or rehearsed. But I would like to be more creative in the future.
And a little bit more structured.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all have something that you just don't see.
Right.
Because of what you're doing. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying that's what draws me to it. And YouTube, and you said it yourself. You started watching shows that were highlight reels. I watch them. There's a lot of them. I watch them, and they're great channels. But there's so many of them. They're starting to look alike. And and what makes me be drawn to new channels is channels that are different. And seeing daddy and daughter fuss and argue over how something's going to be filmed, or that wasn't right, or scoot closer together, or quit closing your eyes, or the sun's killing you.
And it's like not editing it is what captures the audience, keeping it, even the bloopers in there. That's what makes it so real.
Yep.
And I understand where you're coming from, because I'm very organization myself, and it's like it's probably driving you crazy because what you have within you, but it's really a great concept what you guys are doing.
Well, I don't think we'll ever fully stop that, because that is just us, and we probably wouldn't be able to make it through a video without arguing at least a little bit.
Me and my daddy, I don't think could survive one video.
Well, I think I've all my life I've done everything just off the cuff, and I don't think this should be really much different. Even with deciding to buy an RV and sell our house, I mean, that was something that hit me out of the blue one day, and you couldn't convince me otherwise not to do it once I made my mind up to do it.
I thought you were crazy.
And that's just the way I've always been, and probably always will be. I go with what I'm feeling at the moment. And trust me, if I'm not feeling it, you'll know it.
And you raised me the opposite way. You raised me to know every little detail of everything. So
yep.
I blame you.
What kind of equipment do you guys use?
Just iPhone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for my photography, I've got a DSLR camera, a Nikon D3400. But mostly we just use, for filming, we use our phones.
Yeah. I think some people try to overdo it sometimes, but I do all mine on my iPhone as well.
Well, I tried to do some filming on the DSLR, but the battery goes so quick, I'd have to have 10 batteries to get a good take. And it just, the quality on this iPhone, it's hard to beat it.
Yeah. So you guys being full time, y'all travel a lot. Have y'all got to meet a lot of YouTube channels?
We've met quite a few. We've met a lot more Instagram folks, and then found out later, oh, well, they're on YouTube too. I mean, we've met, Living Light RV. One of the bigger channels that we've met a couple of times is Dan and Jen Nevada.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watch them, but they're pretty cool folks. They're just as warm-hearted in person as they are on their videos.
That's cool.
We've we've met Donovan and Jody a couple of times. We've actually went and had some dinner with them and Mark and Carrie at Art of RVing. Who else have we met?
Ron in the RV.
Ron in the RV.
Our whole first 2 years of doing this, we were so shy that we would get DMs like, "Hey, we're at the same park. Come knock on our door," and we would just never do it because we're
Right.
not door knockers.
And I
so-
still, I mean, I'll know somebody from Instagram or YouTube is at the same park as us, and I'll drive by their place frequently trying to catch them outside so I can stop and say hi. I'm not that comfortable going up and banging on their door and introducing
Yeah.
myself, you know.
Oh, we
Yeah.
met RV Foodies.
Yeah, RV Foodies, we met them, and those are wonderful folks too. I don't know if y'all have seen them yet. Kent and Lisa introduced them on their channel a couple videos ago, but those guys are wonderful. They're brand new into this, but they've got such a great editing and filming style that, I mean, they look like pros.
And if
but
I'm not
you're just-
mistaken, Tim, wasn't your family interviewed by Kent and Lisa?
Yes.
Yes. Yep,
Mhm.
the first park we met them at back when their channel was just a little
I
baby.
think like 600.
They interviewed us.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they had like 500 or 600 viewers then.
Right.
And
And at that time, your son was traveling with you as well.
Yep.
It was right before he jumped ship.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is, one of the way we've met a lot of folks is because in my Wi-Fi, I put our channel name as the Wi-Fi name. And that's how Kent and Lisa found out that they were in the same park with us.
Mhm.
You know, I got a direct message from them on Instagram because we followed each other on Instagram for a long time before then. And Kent popped in on Instagram and says, "Hey, I think we're in the same park as you because I see your Wi-Fi." And you know, and that's allowed us to meet a lot of different people. Because
That's pretty
otherwise,
cool.
you just, you know, a lot of people will post pictures or post a video of somewhere they were
Like 2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks to a month or two ago, and they're not there anymore. But
Right.
with advertising my channel on the Wi-Fi, people know that they're in the same park with us when they see that.
Oh yeah. So Crystal, you said brothers jumped ship.
Mhm.
What's the future for Crystal?
Right now, it's here traveling, but I do see myself settling down somewhere. Not entirely sure where or when, but I'm just eternally grateful that he, instead of pushing me to get a job, he was like, "Hey, come travel with us," because I write, and I knew if I
plug those books.
no, that's not.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna plug
out
books.
there on Amazon that she's written. One was our first year in an RV. That's the real life book, and then one is it's a made up story about a family that's forced into downsizing into an RV.
Okay, Crystal, listen up. All right, Felix, Nettie, that's a show by itself.
Yeah, it is.
That is a show by itself. So Crystal is going to come back in a few days, and we're going to talk about the books, and we're going to sell some books for you.
Awesome.
So that's a show by itself. How about that?
Oh, I'm gonna get red in a second.
You're gonna make me cry.
So what we will do is you get with these two over here, and they will tell you what dates, and
We'll
and
get the book.
we'll try to get you while you still got a good internet connection.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
So that'll be good. And then that way we'll have a separate show on the podcast, so it'll keep running. So your books will always be getting publicity. So
And I do want to
So now,
say
back to what
I'm
you were
actually going to meet them in October. We're going to be at the same park.
Mhm.
So we're looking
Yay!
forward to it. Yep.
so
And that's set in stone. Mhm.
Crystal, and I know because you're the tech person here, I can tell. If Dad would open up his wallet and say, "Honey, what do you think would take our show to the next level? What would it be? What would you like for your channel to have that you just don't want to spend the money on right now? But if Dad said, here, go get it, what would take our show to the next level? What would that be?"
I want a MacBook because my laptop, I have a PC right now, and I've had it since college, and it's overflowing with memory, and everything's full on it, so it can't edit properly. And so I want a MacBook so I can because iMovie on the iPhone's limited.
Yeah.
And I would love to just grow in my editing skills and everything on a MacBook.
So I run a MacBook, but don't go by my editing skills. Don't judge the MacBook by my editing skill. So I have one, and Nettie actually gifted one to another channel the same way I got mine. My kids bought me mine off eBay. It's a few years old, had a 2-year warranty, I think, but it's been refurbished with all the new stuff, and it was totally good. It was guaranteed, and I love it. And I gave like $600 or $700. Well, the kids bought it for me. My 2 kids bought it for me for this past Christmas, but I think it was like $600, $700 versus $3,500 for a brand new one.
Right.
And it works great for me. One of these days, I want a new one because I know I'm gonna have to replace this one probably every 2 years because it was already so old. But I love mine. I've never owned a MacBook. This is my first. I've had it since December, and I don't know how I got through life without it.
And there are some
one
questions.
thing
I'm sorry, go ahead, Tim. But just to let Gary know, there's some questions we put up there for you, Gary, when you have a chance.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say that one thing we're working on the idea of and trying to work out the specifics, that we want to do more collaborations with other channels, but we have a very specific theme in mind that we want to go with, and we're not ready to release details on it yet, but look for it in the future that we're going to start doing things with other channels to kind of help bring exposure to them and ourselves as well.
Yeah, that's the best thing. I get as much exposure when I have channels on my show as I give them a lot of times. Not always, but sometimes. I usually gain subscribers, especially if a big channel comes in here, and I consider ourselves a small channel. But I'll gain subscribers when I have a channel with 100 or 200 because somebody will be in here that they knew that didn't know me until the interview. So,
speaking of, when we tried to do this last time, you had just got monetized, and I had planned on telling you congratulations then. but so congratulations, that's an awesome milestone, Gary.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. It's been a roller coaster. It seems like after that happened, Felix and Nettie put me on a piece of plywood with some rollers on it and shoved me off the hill and said, "Now you got to go." And so I ain't got to the bottom yet, but I'm about to lose my wind. But camping therapy, I think they answered that. I don't know if you heard that, but camping therapy asked, how do they know if you're in the same park? It was because he named his Wi-Fi the same as their channel name. And people see the Wi-Fi and they know their channel name. That's how he said they done that.
The other part of that too, Gary, is when I post on Instagram a lot, and normally I try to do at least one picture on Instagram a day. Sometimes I'll go without it, but whatever I post that day is a picture I took that day. So if we're at, wherever we're at, that's what I'm showing off on Instagram, and I'm real time with that. So people that follow us on Instagram, they know where we're at based on what I'm posting.
That's a good deal. Living Light RV said that they're tickled to death that you guys come and met them on that fateful day in Morgan Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a life-changing meetup. We may not have known it at the time, but You know, our lives have been improved because of that.
Don't go crying. You're live.
It's okay. We cry a lot on this show.
Hey, Tim, me and KT will let you into the Man Tier Club. I'm actually the vice president. KT is the founder.
He cries at scary movies.
Yeah.
I actually cry at commercials, which is great. I think Felix is probably the only one that doesn't cry on the panel.
Uh,
Oh,
So-
Gary made me cry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gary did make you cry one time, if I'm not mistaken.
we won't go there.
Now everybody's gonna think you're mean.
I know it. Now you're gonna make me cry because you made my feelings hurt.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man.
He didn't really make me cry, just to clear that up.
Yeah. We just said And
He
he
thought he did.
That's all.
Yeah.
He keeps messing with that clicker, you gonna make him cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Clicker. No clicker.
So Camping Therapy's asking, do you use a travel router that allows you to put your channel name on it?
Yeah, actually, we use the Verizon Jetpack, and that's what I put my channel name on. It's the Wi-Fi. The when you go into settings and
The
you set up
hotspot.
the name of your hotspot, I just put See OuRView there.
So Meemaw Matters said that a while ago you mentioned a new channel that you like so well, and they missed the name of that channel. You
That
were
was
telling
our-
everybody they need to go like it. Do what?
RV Foodies.
RV Space Foodies. RV Foodies.
So all the girls over here, they're pulling it up. I can see it on their faces. And I could read Felix's lips. She was typing and saying it at the same time. So I think I got all the questions caught up. So Tim, what is it like having a technology guru for a daughter that's all the time telling you that we're gonna have to do this over, this stinks, this is horrible, Daddy, you're gonna have to quit acting like yourself.
Well, it's funny.
I'm proud
because-
of her.
It's funny because he works with computers for a living.
Yeah, I'm actually a tech guy for a living. I do computer support, remote computer support. People from all over the country call me up, and I'll dial into their computer and fix it. So for her to take this on and just handle it where I don't have to worry about it and I can just be goofy, I'm so proud. No, cry again.
Now there's a breaking question in the chat from Commander Bacon 64.
All right, brace yourself. Go ahead, Nettie.
Do you have a curl a dog?
A who?
What? Uh-oh.
That means no.
Oh, no, you've lost the crowd. Oh, no. That's like two right there. First, you don't
I didn't even hear
now you don't even know what a curly dog is.
A curl a dog.
a curl. Oh, one of those hot dog curlers.
Yeah.
No, we don't. But I do
Well-
have a Blackstone. Does that count?
Oh, cool.
Well, that gets you partial credit. That gets you partial credit.
Now, you know, Gary, how they come two in a kit, so we'll give them the other one when we meet up. And you
Awesome.
tried on the Blackstone.
So it sounds like you're going to be getting a curly dog.
Yeah.
Well,
So, by the way,
I guess we do in the future.
Yeah.
Overkill RV said yesterday that they're on sale on Amazon if anybody needs one, like $4.95.
That's
Wow.
a good deal.
Yeah. So my daughter is a computer guru. She's never at home to help me work through all my issues, but she got a computer science degree at Auburn, and she works on the Patriot Missile Program for a defense contractor in Huntsville, Alabama. So
Well, that's
Wow.
awesome. I bet you are proud.
yeah, proud of her. So she, I can't get her set down long enough. She gave me an external hard drive the other day, but left before she got it all fixed for me. So It's a real nice box, and it's sitting right here, and it's real cute and cool. And it's one that she's had like for 10 years and never opened. Not 10 years, but a couple of years and never opened. She said, Dad, you need this. I'm like, okay. It's a box with a plug on it. What do I do with this?
Usually you just plug it in.
Well, but then she's got to show. I got to get her to help me delete a bunch of stuff. It's a mess. I was telling Phyllis and Eddie about it yesterday. So I've got stuff for the show that's scattered everywhere. I have to look for it every time I need it. So
That's why it's in the closet.
I stay in trouble all the time. So let's see here. Artist on the Road said you only get a half a point for having a Blackstone.
do we get any points for having done a video with it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So you'll get a little bit of credit for that. And the fact that you like Death Wish coffee, that's a plus.
There we go. And I drank it black.
And you drink it black. So you're building up. So you're not going to get a 0, but you got some work to do. So
hey, at least we've got room for improvement, right?
That's right.
That's right.
I was looking at my analytics the other day, and it said 89% of my views come from subscribers. And I'm like, that stinks. And they're like, why? Because you got your subscribers are watching your video. And I said, that means that only 10% of my watchers are not subscribers. That's a small group of people I can go after. If that was 50-50, I'd have a lot more people I could go after. Yeah, that can be looked at in different ways. It's sort of like the glass half full or half empty.
Yep.
So that Tim, if money wasn't an object, what kind of rig would y'all be traveling in right now? But now remember, you got to buy the fuel, you got to pay the insurance and all that. But if you could just go purchase one right now and money wasn't an object, what would it be?
Honestly, and we've thought about that several times, and our answer keeps coming back to we'd keep this one and just put money into it and fix it up. We'd restore it.
Mm-hmm.
Back to its original condition, because this rig
and renovate the inside.
Yes, this rig is very dependable. When it was built, it was the flagship of the Fleetwood rigs, and it's held up over these years, and it's very dependable, and we love it. I think I would just restore the inside, back to, because the upholstery is old and dry rotted in there, and so it needs some tender loving care, and I think that's what we'd do, is just put the money into it.
That'd make a great YouTube video, Crystal.
Mm-hmm. It's the part that's getting the money that we gotta
So is that a diesel pusher or is it a gas?
It is a gas.
Got a Ford motor in it?
It's got the Ford, I think it's the 450 or 451 or whatever it was that Ford made.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. I have never got the answer of keep it. That's sort of like the TV show, Keep It or Coaster. So you're a keeper and remodel.
The one reason that we settled on this one in the first place is I wanted something I could pay cash outright for and not have payments on. And I don't want to get under. That's kind of one of the reasons we got rid of the house.
But he said if money wasn't an object, and even still, we love the floor plan of it, because there was just a lot of things about it that it ticked a lot of boxes on our list. And then the other boxes that didn't tick, we were like, well, we don't really need those on the list.
I mean, we don't have the room in it that you have with all these slide outs, but I've seen so many different people with trouble with slides, having the park rangers come up with a tractor to try to help them get their slides in so they can leave. I don't want slides. I'd rather just deal with not having as much room. And I've seen people that have slides in brand new rigs that leak, and I don't want to deal with those issues. Seen a lot of horror stories about people taking brand new rigs off the lot and then having all these trouble items that they've got to keep going back to get fixed. And this one's already had all that stuff worked out, and she's good to go. I look at RVs all the time, constantly. If I ain't doing something, and
I like looking at older ones, and I've always said if money wasn't an object, if I had hit the lottery, for instance, and I could afford to drive it and buy it, I'd have me a Prevost bus, and because that'd be a mini mansion. You know what I'm saying? That'd
Yep.
be rolling. You couldn't go to some of these places in BLM land. You couldn't get up in there, but for the most part, I could travel the world. But anyway, I look at a lot of these old Prevost coaches, the old chrome ones, the Willie Nelson ones, that had the chrome all down the side. And
Oh
if you
yeah.
walk through one of them, they didn't have slides. And man, the room they had in them things, it was amazing. I heard, I think it was Country Coach, I think it was, that built the rig that Charlie Daniels cheered in. They warranty the house part. They warranty that thing no rattles for a lot, as long as you own it for life.
Wow.
And I was watching a video the other day. It wasn't but just about a year old, and they said that they had Charlie Daniels' rig in there, that he had purchased it new, and that he had it in there. Can you imagine how many miles that rig probably has on it?
Wow.
He passed away the other day, but it was amazing that they put that kind of warranty. Of course, you give a bunch for those, but
What
Mm-hmm.
did you just say? Charlie Daniels passed?
yeah, you didn't hear
I
that?
I did not hear about that. That's so sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what was that, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Wow.
Well, you're muted, Felix.
Felix, you're muted.
There you
There
go.
Sorry.
you go.
Yeah, it was like a month ago because we were on our trip when we heard about it. So
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, some of these older ones do have a lot of room.
Well, when we were first looking at rigs, we looked up Will Smith's rig. That thing has 3 stories to it.
Oh wow.
It looks like you could put a swimming pool in that sucker.
Wow.
It's huge.
Man, I
But
don't guess I've ever seen one.
I don't want nothing that big. But now
Yeah.
Dan and Jen's Newmar, that's a good rig. We got to go and sit in it and meet with them for a little bit, and Dan was telling us about how Newmar stands behind it, and that's a good company, and that's a really nice rig.
I hope they continue to stand behind it. They got bought out by Winnebago.
I did not hear that.
Well, you missed out on a lot of stuff. You're in the RV community. You should have heard that. Now,
He's been so busy with work that it's just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, this past month or two, I've actually been very fortunate and had a couple of new websites to work on, and quite a bit of work coming in. So when I get work on my plate, that's where
Don't
my
talk to
focus
him about
is.
anything.
It's bring me coffee and leave me alone.
Basically.
Bring me coffee and leave me alone.
Roy said he used to work or build Prevost and Royal Coach in Elkhart, Indiana. He said that stainless. I called it chrome, but it was stainless down the side of those coaches. A friend of mine actually bought a brand new Prevost several years ago, Elegant Lady, and it's nice. I've been in it, but now he's wealthy. He's done well all of his life. He's actually owned 2 or 3 of them. If you buy one new, they put your name on the front and their name on the coach, and it's pretty cool.
What's pretty cool about those rigs is they're all electric, which is awesome on the inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but his is basically a rolling mansion going down. He used to have a private jet, and he would fly to the destination, and the driver would take the coach because they didn't stay in hotel rooms. And then the driver of the coach would come and get them at the airport, and they'd stay in the coach. And pretty cool. I flew in the jet. I've not traveled in the coach, but I have flew in the jet once, and pretty cool. It's amazing how people that have done that well, the toys they have.
Oh yeah, we've seen some where they have them brought in on a tractor trailer and dropped off, and when it's time for them to leave, that tractor trailer will show up and take them on to the next destination.
Yeah. Yep. It's hey, they've worked hard for that. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
say that. I'm
Yep.
not ditching people that got money. They've all worked hard and saved. Undoubtedly, they saved a lot of it as well. And so,
Yep.
but
Mhm.
so what has been the best part? I'll get this from both of you. What has been the best part about full time?
The people. The people we meet along the way.
Yeah.
It's always going to be my answer there. It's when we were in the bricks and sticks, we recognized our neighbors because we see them every day, but we didn't know them. You
Mhm.
know, we never once had a barbecue with our neighbors. Now, since we've been full time and we've gotten, when you meet people that you click with out here, you know you've got limited time to spend with them, so you make it count. And we formed better quality relationships with people in this lifestyle than we ever did living stationary. I mean, Kent and Lisa's great examples with Living Light RV. You know, those guys are just the most wonderful folks you could ever meet, and they truly do enrich the lives of everybody they they get in touch with. It's just,
Yeah,
they're
they're
great
awesome.
folks.
We
Yeah.
I'm
have
gonna
a
counter
daughter on.
you.
She's gonna counter me, so she's got a different
See,
opinion on
it's
that.
great because for you, because everyone you meet's in your age group.
Yeah. Well,
Me, I'm like, a lot of times I'm either the youngest in the room or there's just a bunch of kids around me and no one really my age. Um,
and if they are your age, they're usually
they keep to
a couple
themselves,
with small children already. So
And I guess that's what you get for mostly staying in Thousand Trails and stuff and not really boondocking anywhere, I guess. I don't know. But everyone we meet is basically his age range or up. It's like, that's great for y'all. But I love just because I can be a hermit just fine. But I love going and seeing bucket list places because when we spent 10 years in our house, we didn't explore our backyard hardly. We stayed inside, we played games on the computer, and doing this is kind of forced, especially when you don't have internet. it's forced
Yeah.
us to get out more and to just, and if you're in one
Yep.
spot for, it's a limited time, then we're gonna explore it. So it's really nice just getting out there, being more active, and seeing all these places that we never would have staying in our house.
Yep.
We didn't take vacations. We didn't travel anywhere. We didn't even explore downtown Houston.
well, in fact, it was when we met people, and they, you talk about, well, where are you from, and we're like, we're from Texas, and they're, oh, have you been here and have you seen there, and we're like,
No.
we had that in Texas.
I know.
but yeah, I mean, some of the memorable places I can think of right now is Mount Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, we went up that mountain and it just breathtaking. Some of the most beautiful, picturesque country that I think we've ever seen. We've hiked up to waterfalls. We've seen lighthouses and seals and sea otters and all kinds of wildlife that we never would have seen sitting in our backyard.
Yeah.
The other day we come across a diamondback rattlesnake.
Oh.
It just, yeah, and I mean, I
Freaked
loved
me
it.
out.
I loved it. It was the first one I'd ever seen in the wild, and it's just like that's what I'm out here for, is to see the wildlife and to experience the different places. I mean, we've gone to the Tillamook cheese factory, and it's just, we're when we head back to California, we're going to tour Hollywood. That's on our bucket list. So it's not just
You might
about.
need to disguise that accent. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just trying to throw the point. It's not just about the mountains and the wildlife. I mean, it's the oceans, and it's also the other big places. Like, I mean, You know.
I mean, exploring Seattle was really fun too.
Yeah, we had a great time in Seattle. I don't think I'd want to go there currently, or Portland either. But Seattle, we went to the Starbucks, the original Starbucks roastery. We went and seen the Troll Under the Bridge.
Oh, I want to do that.
You know, and we went and seen a rock concert in Seattle. We also seen a concert. We seen 21 Pilots in California. So I mean, those are we wouldn't have been able to go to see those concerts if we hadn't been traveling and been in the same area that they were going on, because they didn't even come to Houston.
They did.
Did they?
Yeah, we just didn't go to concerts when we lived in the house.
They
We
were
didn't
out
leave
the
our
house.
house.
We were playing games.
Well, so we didn't do anything when we was in Houston.
We never left our house.
Oh,
So that's getting out and just seeing the sights and doing stuff and living. Living. That's what it's all about. Is get out and live instead of just sitting in
I mean,
four walls.
we'd have days where we're like, okay, we need to get this done. We just have to lock ourselves in the rig, not do anything else. But
Right.
other than that, we take our weekends and we just go out somewhere.
Yeah, in fact, Friday we're going to go up to the Sam Houston National Forest and run around in there some.
Do you do any boondocking, or is it too hard because of your job?
Yeah, I need internet because a lot of times I don't have work that's scheduled. I have to be available to take a call on the fly.
Yeah.
So, and to be able to take care of that, I need internet. So we haven't stayed in national parks or state parks. We have a national park pass, and then we boondocked very little, but that's while we're traveling
To and from
different
distances.
regions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have found out that we can boondock when we're kind of forced into dry docking. We were up at Russian River, Thousand Trails during the Kincaid fires, and
yeah, there was no electricity,
no electric, no water. We had to be fully self-contained, and there weren't any other parks to evacuate to in the area because everyone was just so full. So we kind of hunkered down. We met that's where we met Disabled Nomads.
Yeah, Disabled Nomads is another great channel. That's a small channel. You guys might be interested in.
y'all get that? Disabled Nomads. I think I got them. Because I was trying to.
They actually they met up with Eric
from
Nomadic Fanatic, and Don made Eric a guitar, or no, Joyce made Eric a guitar strap, and Don made the little toy box for Jax that he rides in the stroller with. So they're pretty handy folks, and they're just wonderful people.
But we found out we could boondock when we're kind of forced into 2 weeks of doing it.
Yep.
Although it's not our favorite because Mom, if she doesn't have internet or power to watch her shows, she's not happy.
Yeah.
Her idea of hiking is to go shopping.
Yeah, she likes to walk around the malls and stuff.
Concrete jungle.
Yep.
We all have our interests.
So, Crystal, you said something a while ago about settling down. But do you see yourself buying your own rig and traveling?
Oh, for sure. Maybe not full time, but I do, because it's just so freeing. Just getting to, make up your own schedule and I don't ever want to stay in one place and get too lost and stuck in where I'm at and not go exploring. So even if I just do it part-time, I would love to go overseas one day too. Of course not right now, but
you can go to Uganda with me sometime.
Well,
and you want to find something to write about, I'll give you something to write about.
I've heard about your stories of you going over there and helping out with the missionary. That's pretty awesome work.
Yeah, Crystal's got to go with us sometime. She'll come back and write novels. I need to hook up with you one day and I'll talk to you about it when we interview you. I've wanted to do a book about my poems. I want to write a book one day and just fill it full of poems. I like to write poems. And so I thought about doing a book. I don't know. And I thought about doing it for missions, and I thought about just doing it. And I don't know. I can't make up my mind because I don't put much of that out there to the world. Most of mine I keep to myself. I thought that
It's
was weird. Huh. You what?
Texas Family Camping wants to know if they're in Texas right now.
Yes. We're actually staying at Thousand Trails Lake Conroe in Texas. So we're just north of Houston in the Conroe Willis area.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to ask Crystal a while ago, if you were going out on your own in your own rig, what would that rig look like? What would it be?
Ooh. I've thought about this and I haven't really landed anywhere because I've thought about maybe an Airstream would be cool, but I don't know. It probably would be something I could pull with a truck.
Something
But
like a
we'll see.
teardrop.
No, teardrops.
Teardrop's too small?
Yeah.
You don't have enough room to think in a teardrop, do you?
Yeah.
Be short novels.
Well, and some of them we've seen, you actually, most of the living area is outdoors. On that teardrop, they set up a canopy and they're outside most of the time.
But yeah, I don't know because I didn't do as much research into RVs as he did. And I'm so focused on us and our journey right now that it's hard to really project about the future when I don't really know what it looks like or what I want it to completely look like yet.
Mhm.
But I thought about an Airstream. I don't think I would, but I've thought about it.
Yeah, you're like me. You think they're really cool, but you don't want to have to pay for one.
Yeah.
Well, what about
Yeah, that's
one of
exactly
those
what I
Class
thought.
Bs, the van-sized, fully contained rigs?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
You want something where you can just detach your vehicle and drive it around?
I think so.
I was going to say a while ago, I thought I seen you as a van lifer. What I was thinking.
If it was just me, probably so. But you know,
me, I don't know.
but I don't do well when it's just me, so I don't want to go there.
Yeah. I don't do well at home when it's just me.
Yeah, we know, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah. Nettie and Felix has to put up with me when Tammy is gone.
Oh boy, yeah. We feel so sorry for Tammy most of the time.
Oh, man. So what is the let me see how I need to word this question. What is the worst day you've had since you've been full-timing? Like big breakdown, or you threaten to leave Crystal on the side of the road, or I don't know.
I say we've had a couple that are main contenders. One of them is when we were our first year RVing, we were still traveling to and from the house to get that ready to sell. So, and it was like our second RV trip into it. So us as a family were still adjusting. So there were a lot of arguments. And Dad and I one day were like, we just need to drive into Houston and get away from everyone for a minute. Get some peace. And at that time we were like 2.5 hours away from Houston. So on our way back, we still had like an hour to go, and I get a phone call, and when my mom's on the phone, you can hear her from a mile away because she's just a loud talker. All Dad hears is the awning is on the roof.
Oh
and we're
no.
driving down a highway.
And so she's over there with the phone, but I'm hearing my wife on the other end. And so I'm yelling back at her, what do you mean it's on the roof? Where's Timbo? And
she's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, isn't he supposed to be with the rig?
well, he'd went off to the basketball court, and evidently a windstorm come through suddenly. And this was before we learned the lesson that you tie your awning down or you put it up when you leave.
My brother
Right.
is taller than my dad, and he was always running into the awning poles. So when we set up camp at Colorado River, Dad was like, well, I'll just detach the poles so you're not running into them. But he didn't realize that we needed to tie it down.
Yep. So a good gust of wind come through and put the awning on the roof and broke the awning rails and
Broke
took
our
out our
antenna.
And luckily it didn't put any holes in the roof. So and all I had to do was cut off the awning rails and put new brackets on them that I ordered off Amazon, and it's good as new.
But it was fun because
Not
he's
really.
he's a Gemini, and his temper can flare like that. And
I'm
him
a
and
Libra. Same thing.
and him and I are too alike in that we're both stubborn. I think everyone in our family is stubborn. So
Who you call stubborn?
when he sets off and he gets angry and I don't feel like it's justified or I feel like it's too much, then I get angry and then we butt heads. And then you throw my brother into the mix and it's just a big mess. So
Make
we were all
great
just,
YouTube though.
that was in the very beginning when
Yeah, that was. We've had one breakdown in the RV where we had to have it towed,
that was scary.
and although
was
it
weird.
wasn't really a bad day because we have CoachNet instead of Good Sam, and CoachNet will tow you. I mean, they sent out it. We had to sit there for a few hours because we were on top of a mountain between the Oregon coast and Portland, and
so we were on our way to California.
Yep, and we were on our way to the 5, so we were right in between the coast and Highway 5.
Mm-hmm. We were on T-Mobile, so cell service was spotty at best.
Yep, but they sent out a tow truck that towed us into Corvallis and parked us in a Home Depot parking lot to spend the night. And then they sent another tow truck out first thing in the morning that towed us all the way to Portland.
I think that was
to the Ford dealership.
2 or 3 hour tow.
And yeah. And we didn't have to pay a dime for any of that towing. And I know I seen one of the guys' tow bills; it was well over $700. And
so is that kind of, for the viewers or the listeners, is that kind of insurance expensive?
That CoachNet is, I think it's $199 a year, and the first blowout paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
We've had 2 blowouts on this, and the very first one paid for that year. That towing paid for a couple years, you know. So it's well worth it, and I highly believe in CoachNet. They've never let us down yet. We've used them several times.
But the scary part of that story was when we got into Portland, they had to take us into the Ford dealership because they were the only ones that were equipped to handle the engine and the big rig. And
they tried to tell us it was a blown engine and it was going to cost $17,000. And,
wow.
And we were sitting in a hotel room, the 4 of us plus 2 dogs, and we were like,
yeah,
we can't afford that. That's more than what we paid for the rig itself.
Yeah.
So we had like an existential crisis. Like, what do we do? Do we just tuck our tails and go back home and like live with your mother? Do we try to tent it? Like, what do we do?
And a week later, and their master mechanic finally went out there and looked at it and diagnosed that it was just the coil went out, replaced the coil, and we were back on the road and ain't never had a lick of trouble since.
But that was scary when you had to come to terms with,
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty nerve-wracking when we sat there for a week thinking that.
Now, was CoachNet an additional to your actual insurance policy, or is that your
right?
That's our
CoachNet is roadside assistance. It's a lot of people use Good Sam's, but
Eddie, I would not have your rig without it. There is no way under the sun.
Yeah. So we have Good Sam's. That's why I'm asking.
We've heard horror stories about Good Sam's,
so that would be something really for us to look into.
Yeah, CoachNet, I think treats us better than what I've heard Good Sam treats other people that we know that have it.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video, and I wish I could think of who it was. You could probably search. It's one of the channels that I follow. Anyway, they had bought a brand new, I think it was the brand new, and it might have been the prior one. But anyway, they had a big diesel pusher, like Nettie and them's mini mansion. And they got off at the Grand Canyon. They was up in the Grand Canyon area and broke down. And that's
Uh-oh.
just not an area you want to break down.
Right.
Nope.
Their rig was so big that it took a trailer, like it had to be loaded on a trailer and be hauled. And he was telling about how many thousands of dollars that would have been. And they had this coach net. And they were talking about how they would no way at all leave anywhere, even if it was a brand new rig, without it, because you're required. This was their new one because they was talking to the people, the new company. You're required to get it to the dealership, even if it breaks down, if it's a brand new rig. From what they were telling, you're required to get it to the dealership.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
So
the dealership will not pay to have it brought in or towed to them. So
I thought
you
that was
got to have
weird.
some
Even
sort.
if it was under warranty, you would think if it was under warranty, they'd have to have it towed.
Now the other thing about CoachNet that I like is they also cover my truck, my tow vehicle. So if we're out riding around town somewhere and it breaks down or I get a flat tire in it, it's covered as well. So
Wow, that's
it's not
cool.
just limited to
Yeah.
the RV.
Well, that'd be cool. Like you tow your truck, you tow
No.
it flat. Oh, you don't
She
tow it.
drives it behind and follows.
I got you. So, but it's covered as a package. That's pretty neat.
Yep.
So you said you didn't have to pay a dime, so that's no deductible.
Right.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's not
But
bad.
yeah,
And you said it's $199 a year.
I'm pretty sure that's what I pay is $199 a year.
Yeah, we'll definitely check into that.
Justin and Christina coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Burning up the roads is here. Honey and me's here.
There was something else I was going to say about that, but I forgot. Oh, that you were talking about that big old rig that had to get towed. That tow truck they sent out to tow us into Portland. That was the biggest tow truck I'd ever seen. I asked that guy. I said, "Boy, I bet you can tow a thing or two with this." And he goes, "Son," he says, "I can put 7 18-wheelers with their trailers on them, loaded to the gill, and pull them without breaking a sweat."
Wow.
Did they load yours on a trailer?
No, they he had those
He
big old
disconnected the
forks
drive
that go up
shaft.
under there and lift the front end up and disconnected the drive shaft and took off with it.
We got something like that, Gary, in San Antonio, and it's like a semi tow truck, and
Yes.
it's called King Kong, is what it's called.
Well, see, they couldn't pick this rig I watched up because if they tilted the front up, the rear would drag. And so they actually drove it. They pulled the trailer apart and backed this rig up on that trailer and put it back just like you were hauling a big excavator. And they picked that bad boy up. They was a little nervous.
Well, he had mentioned something about, he goes, "I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to tow this because your back end might drag, but let me try it." And he was able to get it to where it didn't drag. So he did pretty good with it. But that was a huge tow truck.
Yeah. So good deal. So good deal. So so that has paid off well for you.
Yes. Yes, on a blowout, they'll come out and change the tire, but you have to supply the tire.
And we always have a spare, so that was a big deal.
They'll change it for you, but
They'll send somebody out to change it for you. Yeah, because on this size rig, they recommend you don't change them yourself.
And we wouldn't even have a jack
and I
strong
don't even
enough
have
to.
I don't have the tools to do it with.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know what we're getting.
A lot of the trailers you can change those tires yourself, but on the motorhomes you can't. Unless you're KT, then you probably could.
Right. Now we just bought Thousand Trails. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about your Thousand Trails? Is it worth it? Do you enjoy it?
Well, for us, it's worth it. But what you got to do is you got to realize that they may call them resorts, but there's a lot of you're you're just not going to have parks that are as nice as state parks or national forest parks
Or
or
like
even
the
KOAs.
mhm.
I mean, you basically, for us, we've got the elite package, and we get to go from one park to the next all over the country and stay for 21 days at no extra cost. So, I mean, our membership is costing us $150 a month until we get it paid for.
And
We
then
got
there's
2 more
annual
years to pay
dues.
for it, and then we got $700 a year for dues. But we don't have to pay to stay at the parks. Nothing extra out of the pocket unless you're on 50 amp.
Right.
And we're just 30 amp. So 50 amp,
Yeah.
sometimes there's an upcharge for that.
Yeah.
But
We're on 50,
yeah,
and we heard about the extra charge.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know?
So if you're looking for resorts, and you're not looking just for a place to park while you explore the area, then you may not be as impressed with Thousand Trails. But we love it. We could not live this lifestyle without them.
Mm-mm.
They have really made this journey possible, and I can't say enough about that.
I was watching, I want to think it was Changing Lanes, and they had a friend that worked for a company that sold Thousand Trails membership. Like they were a clearinghouse. Like they would sell the used memberships. And that was pretty neat. I watched that video one night.
Well, and I will say that, I mean, when we first bought Thousand Trails, I didn't know about the used memberships, but if you find the right membership out there, you can get more perks for a better price buying a secondhand membership than you can one of the new ones.
But every contract is different. So.
Yeah, so you really got to research it and make sure.
That's the weird thing about that, ain't it? They said it is so complicated that you can't ask somebody to explain it. You just have to find a package you like.
And there's so many there's different membership tiers. And I mean, years ago when they were Camping World, and then they were owned by several different companies. So all of them throw their own rules in it, and now they've got add-on packages. So Trails Collection and RPI and all these add-ons, and so yeah, no two memberships unless you bought them in the same time period are the same.
Mike and MJ come in the house. Rayleigh Creative Travel is in the house. Good to have you guys.
Hi, Mike and MJ. Hope you guys are doing well.
So Mike and MJ introduced us to this community. We had 15 subscribers, and they brought us in. So
that's awesome.
They're our big connection to the community. They're our Vision Nomadic Living. I missed them coming in. Avenger RV. I missed them coming in. I missed a lot of people coming in. It's hard to catch up with it. I can't even read the chat. Felix and Nettie throws up stuff that I need to see in the private chat, and that's the only way I catch half of it. So, but if I start trying to read that, Felix will tell you I go squirrel in about 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I can't keep up with it when I'm just sitting there watching.
So when all this mess is over and said and done, where are we headed?
Well, we're going to stick around Texas through November so that we can vote in Livingston while we're here. So then pretty much right after voting, we're heading back west again. And we were thinking about going to the RTR, but then we kind of changed our plans and said maybe it's not a good idea. So we're going to go on into Southern California and do Hollywood.
And we want to spend Christmas with my brother, and he's just outside of San Jose.
Yep.
So that's one of the goals. And then
we want to do Las Vegas for her birthday in January. And then we're thinking about maybe Grand Canyon and after that.
Over the Hill RV's out in Las Vegas, I think.
Yep. Well, there's a little bitty Thousand Trails park in Vegas that's, it's basically a parking lot, but if you're going there to see Vegas, buddy, it works. So, and we've stayed there. It's one of those you can only stay 2 weeks at a time at because it's so popular. I think
depending on the time of the season. If it's off season, I think you can stay 3 weeks.
Right. Okay. But when we were there last time, it was a 2 week stay, and that gave us, we got to run around Vegas and go out to see the Hoover Dam and all that. So we had a pretty good time there.
Yeah, we did it for my birthday this year, and so the goal is to do it for my birthday again this coming year, because it's only 8-hour drive for my brother, so he can come out and spend my birthday with me, and that's what I like about it. And we want to show him the Grand Canyon, because I don't think it's too far of a drive from the Grand Canyon.
Now, have you guys named your rig? I don't remember if you ever said that. Do you have a name for your rig?
Well, when we first, it came with a
dash mat,
with a dash cover, a piece of carpet on the dash that's made for that. And on that dash cover embroidered in it is Sunshine. So we just took that as the rig's name, and we've stayed with it. So she's Sunshine.
Sunshine. That's cool.
John Denver sang the song, Sunshine.
On a cloudy day.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Well, Crystal, you have to hook up with these two yahoos over here. We're going to do a show about you and your book and your writing.
I know. What's up with yahoos?
Right?
So, I couldn't talk like that if they were in the same room with me. That'd be dangerous.
Yes.
Snap right up, snacks out of the head.
Be careful, Gary. They'll figure out a way to hit you from where they're at eventually.
Yeah. They come from both sides, too. So, we're going to have, I've been telling them that we're going to have a meetup and we're going to do a live one day. All of us sitting around the same table.
Well, Nettie don't know it yet, but when they meet up with us in October, we've got some plans to do a collab video or two with them while they're there.
Awesome. That would be great.
Hopefully that'll turn out real fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
You just never know who you're going to meet when you meet Nettie, because her husband's got split personalities. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
I never know who I'm coming home to, but he keeps me on my toes. I can tell you that.
Yep. She goes to bed every night with a different character.
And he's behind me right now watching in the chair back there.
Well, hi, Mel. I didn't know he was in the house.
He's
not really.
See the
His
screen.
head's back there. His cardboard head's back there.
Oh,
Cardboard head. That just sounds funny.
I know. He brought it home from work, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? He's like, well, he used to put it on his work chair, so whenever he was away from the office, they never knew he was away from the office.
Oh, smart. Smart.
That's what we need, Felix, so we can just put our
Right?
faces in the Gary. Yeah.
Cardboard head, right?
Well, guys, it's been awesome. I'm glad we got the internet issues straightened out and got to interview you guys, and I wish you the best of luck.
we're so grateful that you had us on, Gary. We appreciate it. Nettie, we thank you. And Felix, and we're looking forward to seeing you in October.
So are we.
I think I looked when we started and you had 209. Now you got 218.
Awesome.
So had a little jump there.
And Jerry Holly just came in.
Hey, Jerry.
Holly.
Mhm.
Jerry, y'all know Jerry Holly.
Yep.
You shaved your head for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry did it. Jerry had us on his show and did a little interview with us.
Mhm.
Jerry, I just dropped the link, buddy, if you want to hop up here. I thought I dropped it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I see it.
I see it.
Hurry up and pick it up, Gary. Don't let it get dirty. Jerry.
Don't let Jerry in.
Yeah.
So we'll let Jerry
5
come
seconds
up here. He might want to say hi right quick. Unless y'all need to leave. Y'all need to leave.
We don't have plans. I mean, just finishing our video, but we can do that all day.
Yeah.
It might take us all day.
No, we got one. We've tried to film it 4 times already.
Let me just say, take it slow and easy. Felix and Nettie introduced me to a new emoji thing on texting, And don't swipe up real fast. You liable to text something that you had no intention of texting. Emojis can get you in trouble.
I know. I'm scarred. I'm scarred for life.
We'll never be the same.
It was an emoji. It wasn't nothing, but it was one I would not have sent.
It was so bad, Tim. He didn't know what it said. Yeah, don't say what it said.
Yeah.
He didn't know what it was.
Well, when I
it wasn't that chocolate ice cream, was it?
No.
Oh man, Jerry Holly, we dropped that link for you, buddy. If you want to come up. Oh man, it was bad. I told Nettie and Felix, I said, "Whoop! I didn't mean to send that." And then I got looking at it, and I'm trying to delete it. But I didn't know what it meant. It just had a initials. It had initials in it, and F was one of the initials. And I'm like, I know it ain't good. And they said, "You honestly don't know what that means?" I'm like, honestly don't. I didn't even, what it was, I was swipe. You know how you swipe up with your finger on your phone? Well, it undoubtedly swiped and throwed it up there, and undoubtedly I was doing it so fast I hit the send at the same time or something. I don't know. It was bad.
Actually, what was really... Oh, there's Jerry. Sort of.
Hi, Jerry.
Hey.
Here he is.
Trying to get
Sorry,
set up.
Welcome
pop in
to
for a
the Tim and
second.
Crystal show.
Yeah. How you guys been doing?
Wonderful.
Good to
How
see
about
ya.
you?
Been doing good. Been doing good. As good as can be, I guess.
Yeah.
Now I was at home working at home here, taking a class, so I thought I'd pop in for a second and say hi, but I've been listening. Just haven't been commenting. So
It's one of those classes you just got to sign in for.
no, just a lot of reading. So I can listen and read. I can do two things at once.
Yeah.
You got me beat. I do good to listen when I mean to listen.
I've been taking a course on the Khan Academy that is it's called Pixar in a Box, and it's basically it's the folks that they've got a free course on there that takes you through doing animation and video editing and directing and storytelling and all that good stuff. So hopefully we'll get a little better with this YouTube thing through that.
Wow, that can't hurt.
Right? Be up to my level.
Yeah, that.
I'm kidding with Mel.
There's Mel.
There's Mel.
Hey, Mel.
And then
Hi,
normally
Mel.
you can see the back of him in the chair. But there he is.
Oh man,
That's hilarious.
That's crazy, right?
it is.
Kind of spooky.
Yeah, Kyle's scared of us. Kyle does not like looking at that head.
What was so funny the other day? We were doing a live. I don't know what live we were doing. Anyway, they had it set up like they always do. Well, Mel happens to be up there sitting. And
That
so
was on
Kyle was watching.
live.
About that time, Mel stuck his hand out, scared the life out of Kyle.
He was scratching his head, and then he got up and started walking. We planned that out to scare Kyle. It was funny.
Oh.
Man. But I can't throw him away. You know, it's like throwing him away. Now thought about putting it like up to the windshield or something.
Just
or in
wait
the
till you
window.
get mad at him and catch it on fire.
Right?
Just make sure you have the camera on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put him at a back window. That way the people that are driving behind you can see it.
Yeah, we need to stick it in the Jeep because we don't have a back window in the rig because that's our bedroom. But we put it in the Jeep when we're towing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can start leaving it on the side of the road when you travel with the little note saying, "Take me with you, please."
Yeah.
Be a traveling Mel.
Oh,
we do
man.
have some biker gnomes that were gifted to us. So maybe I can stick it on one of the gnomes. That would be pretty cool.
That would be funny.
I've seen a lot of people. I think Mark and Trish did that too, where they would put gnomes out in different places and have a note on the bottom for people to just find and take it with them to the next location and leave it. There's even there's a RVing Rocks group on Facebook that does that with painted rocks.
So Felix took that to a new level. She leaves my stickers everywhere.
Yeah.
So far, I cover the whole north, all the way from east to west.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Everything
go.
north of the Mason-Dixon, there's a sticker somewhere.
Yeah, he multiplies like rabbits with that sticker.
And just when you think you've gotten them all gone, you get some more.
There's more.
Well, Crystal's working on our logo, and if she ever gets that done, I want to get a big decal to put on the back of the RV so we can get some more people see us that way.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Mm-hmm.
You know what, Felix? I may have our logo that I was going to put on our rig done into the morning show. That's a pretty cool sticker.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would cost to have printed, but
Depends
for
how
the
big
logo,
you
it costs $5.
Well, it depends how big you go. You need to actually go to an actual like printing company for that.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got one of those that are in town.
For outdoors, Felix, in the weather, because Gary's sticker's gone. It's not weatherproof.
Yeah, you need to tell them it needs to be an outdoor proof sticker.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys see that Donovan and Jody did for Mark and Carrie for their new rig, the Chicken Hawk?
Yeah, that's cute.
That was cute. I
Yeah.
got a kick out of seeing that.
It cracks me up. The chicken hawk.
Chicken
Stop.
Hawk.
I hardly say it like he does.
Well, what cracks me up is Carrie in the beginning was like, "Stop calling it that. It's gonna stick. Stop calling it that. It's not the Chicken Hawk."
Yep.
And now she's
Yep.
calling it the Chicken Hawk.
I think she gave up. It's just like, well, whatever.
I like the lamp that Jerry has hanging right there. That's pretty. It looks like a Tiffany.
Yeah.
You're muted, Jerry.
Yeah, that's actually there's a built-in desk here. This
Uh-huh.
house in the 60s, and that's the light that's hanging. It is a nice light.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Jerry has got uptown. He's moved the camera angle.
Well, I got to be able to see my
Yeah.
computer screen. When it's in front of me, I can't see nothing. So I got to
Yeah.
build some stands for my screens to go up over the computer.
Looked
can't
all
see anything going on.
professional and everything. Looked like fire chief material.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50 hours worth of reading I got ahead of me here.
Oh, man.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'd retire if I had to read 50 hours worth of reading.
Yeah, work's getting it too involved in his YouTube. It's in the way of his YouTube.
Yeah, it's hard to be an unofficial co-host when you're fire chiefing. The girls are complaining that they're working more and you're getting paid the same.
But you didn't hire me for my technical and skills. I'm just the pretty face that supports
Yeah,
you.
it's a pretty face.
Me and Jerry is the face of the show. What a good look.
Kind of like Brooks and Dunn, you know, they're the headliners. All the
Yeah.
people work behind.
Oh. All right, guys, we're going to let y'all go so you can work on that video. It should be interesting.
Well, we certainly enjoyed it. We appreciate you letting us come on the show, and it was a ball.
I'll have my people call your people, Crystal.
I have to find people. Will you be my people?
Oh. All right. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for being on the show.
Good seeing you
Thank
guys
you.
again.
Bye.
You too, Jerry.
All right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Man, that was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was fun. So they're a great group. I can't wait to get Crystal on here and talk about her books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah. She talked about that quite a bit on my show.
I didn't know she had wrote a book.
Yeah, I had no idea
Yeah.
at all. Hmm.
But anyway, I knew that would get into a whole nother segment of the show, and I thought that just needs to be its own thing.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
gonna be really cool.
She was very excited about that. You could see it. So that was cool.
I want to pick her brain over publishing too. So me and her may have to collab on a book.
Hmm.
So, man, I can't wait to tell y'all what I got yesterday. I'll tell y'all tomorrow. I might even, members might keep an eye out. I might give y'all sneak peek pictures so later on. So,
Yeah, we get perks. We need something.
that's
need-
right.
We need
Hey, I gave y'all some drool material last night. That's all I can say.
You know, you should at least tell your staff.
right.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I might tell you here in a minute. For one, somebody didn't show up till time to go on the screen. So, when have I had time? I had just told Nettie, has Felix overslept?
Yeah, I could hear the buzzing in my ear as all the messages were going off. I'm trying to discuss with my daughter how to fill out these stupid new 2020 W-4 forms. And I didn't realize they had changed because, you know, it's been a little while since I've dealt with that stuff. So I had to look it all up, and here I'm here. Zzz, zzz, zzz. I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the heck?
I got a story I'm going to tell y'all. It might be this, everybody just know that we're just all adults. But anyway, before I tell the story, if you guys have got some goals y'all are trying to reach, don't ask nobody to sub your channel. But if you got goals you're trying to reach, or, you know, anything like that, throw it right now at the meet and greet. We'll start the meet and greet till the end of the show. So y'all can do that now. Texas Family Camping said we hadn't have staff meeting. Let me tell y'all what happened to me yesterday. Nettie and Felix has nothing to gripe about. So we're on this group chat that we've been on for how long? Ever since we've been a team. Jerry, for some reason, don't never text, so he's not on this group text. We're gonna have to start another one and put Jerry in it, so he'll be in the loop. But anyway,
drive him crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, I'm in a group text with these two yahoos right here, and they're crazier behind the scenes than they are on the screen. Let me just say that. So I just tell them that I gotta go get on the bus, and so I do, and so I'm on my bus headed up to the school where I pick up my kids. My phone, let me just tell y'all, I'm a guy, so guess where guys keep their phones? So can I just say that without just telling y'all where guys keep our phones?
I know where my guy keeps it.
Huh?
I know where my guy keeps it. Where do you keep it?
I keep mine in the seat between my legs.
Well, my guy don't keep it there.
Well, I do that. I look down if it's somebody I need to see and give it to Tammy or give it to my bestie.
Is that why you keep telling me to keep calling you back?
All right now, Jerry. So I can't pick my phone up on the bus. I leave it there so it don't fall because I have no place to put it. And so that's a bad habit. So going down the road in the truck, I keep my phone there unless Tammy's with me and then she holds it. Or I keep it stuck in my coat thing. But in the school bus, I have no place to put my phone. So I got in the habit of sticking it between my legs on the seat. Well, let me just say that from Sylvania, Alabama to Ida, Alabama is 15 minutes. I'm not going to say anything else.
Well, I can tell you that we don't keep our phone there.
When you got to your destination, did you need a cigarette? Is all I'm going to ask.
You started this, Gary. Just saying.
No, I didn't mean for it to go that way. I was just y'all was dropping about people burning up the phones yesterday or today.
Well, I was on a live, so that's totally different than it being between your legs.
No, it's not.
So that's why you sent me that email between 6 and 6:30. You like for me to text you as much as possible.
I'm gonna have to mute him.
Oh man.
And you know what a MacBook does when you get messages? It's like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, oh man.
And it takes your screen off, right? Oh, I gotta put Jerry back. I gotta take him out.
You muted him.
I unmuted him. He muted himself. I had to take him out of timeout. Yeah, the F text and now this. Yeah. Well, that was bad.
So you see, people see what we have to put up with
Exactly.
him. Yeah,
We
him.
need like double pay here.
Right. He's trying to make them feel sorry for him, but I feel like that didn't work in his favor.
Lord. And you know what was so bad? None of the texts was to me. None of them. They were amongst them two. They were just chatting away. I get outside and I'm like, my Lord, what are they talking about?
And I know poor Nettie was sitting there going, oh my gosh, I wish they would quit. I'm sure. But then he wouldn't quit. He keeps sending another one. And I'm like,
And Phil is like, I think Nettie's right now. And
I'm like, oh my God, I forgot she was
you're
live.
like, you forgot. I'm like, you forgot? You're not even watching our live?
right?
So then I go over there and interact with the chat and Thrifty Angela, the rock star. Somehow I look back and it was like way down the list. I reckon because I get so many, like I just go through and scroll them all off, But anyway, y'all guys don't forget the night of Tuesday night, September the 15th, we're going to have Traveling Robert on the show. And then we got a bunch of great guests coming up. We're going to have Colorado Martini, September the 3rd. And tomorrow we're going to have nobody. It's Fun Day Friday tomorrow. I might be a little late. Don't know yet. Ain't got that worked out yet. But I will be having a show, but I might be late.
And to let the chat know, Gary, that we have been trying to get some of the guests that they shouted out yesterday. There's just not so many that we can get from that. We were able to, I think, catch a couple. But, if they're not on the schedule, it's because we weren't able to get them. So it's not like we're not trying to get them.
Not everybody wants to be on our show. I
Some have either declined or we just haven't heard back from them yet, and we may not hear back at all. Because sometimes a non-answer is a no answer. So
right.
Or a rude answer with me is a no answer. So
I've gotten one or two of those that I thought was a little out of line, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, whatever. They're lost.
Yeah, because this show's amazing. They're just not. They don't know what they're missing.
Right.
That's right. We got 25 people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Been a slow day today. We hadn't had many people in here.
Yeah, no.
But we've had some great people in here, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if somebody else was live that first hour.
So I got a question. Happy Place Camping, or whoever has anybody that has bought off the merchandise thing. I'm assuming Happy Place Camping has because she's trying to hide it, but I know it was her. Did it let you put stuff in a shopping cart?
You wearing a morning cruise shirt? No.
Did it let you put stuff in a shopping cart? It did not let me. I ordered stuff for my mom for her birthday, and I had to order it one at a time.
Oh, you can do multiple?
Not on the actually it had the order samples on the post side. I didn't know it had that. So I went down to the order sample thing, and I was just going to load my cart, order me and Tammy a shirt, order mom, and I'm having to order one and pay the shipping individually, even though I put order 3 shirts. But I emailed them, I messaged them. They said no.
But you're doing it on your back office side, and you're hitting order a sample.
Yep.
That's probably why. If you're ordering on the storefront side as a customer, you should be able to throw whatever in the cart and check out all at once.
I'm checking it right now.
I wonder if I would be cheaper paying the full price, because I'm going to get that back anyway, to get the cheaper shipping. Because I'm going to get the profit back.
Right. Well, how much is the shipping on the?
I had to pay individually.
And how much was it?
In a cart, it stacks it up, don't it?
Well, yeah, you get like a discount because it's like if they order 2 hoodies, you pay, I can't remember exactly, but like $3.50 for the first one and $2.50 for the second one. So you get like a discount the more you order. Now, I don't think it's like if you order a hoodie and you order a t-shirt, I don't know if you get the discount in the shipping or if you pay the original, the first price. I think you have to buy 2 of the same item, but I might be wrong about that. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's letting me add multiple items just going into the Merc store.
Yeah, it's not on the store side. It's on that back office side.
So it let you do the shopping cart, Jerry?
Yeah, I did it because I got 2 stickers and a t-shirt. So it just let me add what I wanted to add onto the cart and checked out.
Man, you think because they make the same money, why won't they let us do that? That's crazy. Because they make the same no matter who buys it. Because if I buy it, I'm paying them. If y'all buy it, I get everything over cost. So I don't know. It don't make sense to me. Unless they have to pay a company to run that shopping cart. I don't know. Texas family camping. I put a mug and a pillow in on the storefront.
Yeah. See, everybody's able to do it on the store side. It's just
okay
on that back office side.
Those pillows are sharp, ain't they?
They are. I like them. Like I've seen, like TR has the YouTube pillow. I think that's cool to have like a YouTube and then the Daydream next to it. That's pretty cool.
Yep. There's a lot of items that we don't have on there just because when me and Phillips was talking about it, we just picked out what we thought y'all guys would be interested in.
Well, on some of the items, you have to pay a fee to allow them to be into your store. So if it's something that we wouldn't be sure might actually sell, you don't really want to take the chance on paying that fee and then you don't sell any of that item.
Also, we've run into a nightmare trying to order caps. So don't be
expecting. Did you get back on that? Have you heard from them?
I got the same message. Nothing different.
Again? Yeah, there's something about your logo they don't want to embroider that. It's got to be the fade. It's got to be the fade part. It just has to be because I sized it down so that it would be smaller, thinking that maybe that was it. If they declined it again, then it's got to be the colors.
Are we raiding somebody?
I didn't see anybody live today.
Okay.
Like Bob comes on when he comes on now, during his interview. So
okay. I don't think nobody's coming up. We can hang out for a little bit if y'all want to hang out. It looks
like Rayleigh Creative Travel. They want a bobblehead of you twerking.
Well, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
We go like this.
They should have a bobblehead.
That'd be considered a wobble bottom.
Yeah, we should do bobbleheads of ourselves. But you know what I think? One of the emojis for Gary, I think it should say "just saying" because he says that a lot. Or Yahoos. It could say Yahoo. Are you Yahoos? Just saying.
Yep.
Because I say that all the time now, Gary. Thank you at work. And
I'm
here
surprised you don't say that.
telling me you sound like Gary. I'm like, oh my gosh, I do.
His way Homestead said that'd be Bobble Butt.
Right?
Camping therapy. We let people drop channel names yesterday of people they'd like to see us get.
Mhm.
So y'all don't realize how many people these two have emailed, not counting how many people I have emailed, just to get the people that we've already had. We probably email 10 to 1, don't we?
Yeah.
At least 10 to 1. So, but
Yeah, I would say at least probably 50 to 60% never answer or say no. So, you know.
Texas
And
family.
doesn't really have anything to do with the the subscriber count of the channel, because I've had some really small channels tell me no. So, you know, some people just don't want to go live,
Yeah,
or they don't
want to go live. That's what I would say.
Yeah, or they don't have the proper internet, or whatever.
Right.
They're traveling, or I've got a couple people that are supposed to get back with me later, but they were kind of in the middle of traveling or this or that. So we've got a couple that may bounce back to us, but
Jerry.
See, now Jerry Holly doesn't fit in our G rating, so we can't.
Yeah, I wanted you to tell him that.
Yeah,
actually, just so some do know, there are a couple of channels did not email because they do not quite fit in our G rating for our channel.
Yeah.
So, and there's no offense to anybody that suggested them or the channel themselves, because I watch some channels that I wouldn't have minded having on, but I have not contacted them because of content maybe on their channel, language used, that kind of thing. So just so you guys know, we do kind of have a little bit of a screening thing that we kind of do a little bit.
We include 99% of the people. I will say that.
Yeah.
So,
we're not uptight, but I mean, if there's kind of some vulgar stuff on their channel, we're probably not going to ask them, because we don't know what they would bring up on the panel. So, yeah.
There's one Camping Therapy said.
Glorious Day Adventures. Let me find my pen.
Homestead's going to be on the show, ain't they?
Yeah, his way's going to be on the show.
Contact Daniel at Arms Family Homestead.
Who said that?
His way Homestead.
I did. I've emailed him. I haven't heard back.
Okay.
So.
Let me see here. So don't forget about everybody that we got coming up. We got a big list of people coming up. Trip and Tracy. We got the young lady coming this coming Tuesday night that's going to be awesome singing. So y'all have to be there for that. We got a bunch of people coming up. It's going to be fun.
We just got Van Vita Travels just came in.
Hey, you guys. Also, don't forget the podcast. And we are the podcast listener. Let me see how it says that. Words that. Our total plays on our podcast last night doubled. So we went, we just added the one new platform yesterday, but overnight the amount of plays doubled. So we're excited about that. And we're still not on some of the big ones. But if we are on any of you guys that podcast, I will name off all of ours, and you can find all this on our About page. Let me see here. Podcast-wise, we are on Pocket Cast, Spotify, Anchor Podcast, Radio Public, and Stitcher. Stitcher was the new one from last night, so that's all of our podcasts. But we have our Patreon, Facebook, our merchandise store, our membership link, our Instagram. All that is on our About page. So all those links makes it easy for that. His way said it was nice to have you on the screen, Nettie. A few more weeks, we'll have her on here pretty regular.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm checking the live right now. Roy was asking if anybody's gone live, and I don't see anybody that went live at the moment.
No.
No notifications came through.
So, Camping Therapy said that channel has a camper like hers.
That's cool.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we'll check out the channel, and if they meet, the guidelines, we'll contact them. But that is no guarantee that they'll come on the show. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I hope everybody realizes, even if we contact these other channels, that does not mean they're going to be on the show, because they may not want to. So,
Roy, just let me know when you get your link up, and we'll share it.
Yeah.
You're right, His Way Homestead. You said that right. Let me find that.
Yeah.
What's bad is one of them's younger than me.
I'm not
So
much older.
Do mama bears ever eat their young? Because just asking.
And also Bob at Ventures on Wheels also said that a lot of time he gets no responses as well.
Right. I mean, it happens. And, it's fine. Quit. I don't take it personal. It's whatever. So
yeah, we don't either. We just hate responses. That's
unless they're rude. Yeah, that's a little different. Now I've had a couple of them, like I said, that's been actually just kind of flat out rude about it.
We'd rather for you not to respond. If somebody to respond and be rude or ugly about it.
Yeah.
We were just trying to help their channel and ours at the same time. We don't understand why people had to be rude. And Felix was telling me this yesterday. One of the nicest responses she ever got was from Traveling Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, he even, after I emailed him back and said thank you so much, and we got the date schedule stuff, he emailed me back again and said that I was welcome. I was like, man, makes you want to reply again and say thank you. You're welcome. Right. Thank you. You're welcome. It would be never ending. But yeah, he was super sweet, and and I mean, he's the biggest channel I've had reply to me. So
yeah,
His Way Home said they were just so happy to get an email from Felix.
Yeah,
yeah. Actually, he replied back quick too. So.
You made it big time now. His Way Homestead. We are waiting for Roy and Becky. They're going to go live since nobody else did. And we'll do that. I don't think I got any other notes I need to talk about. Members, look for something in the membership link tonight or today or sometime or another. Podcast people, keep watching because we may, for some reason, I'm getting analytics from Apple Podcast, but Anchor is not showing me that I'm a member of Apple Podcast yet. So you may try pulling us up on Apple Podcast. So, but
Felix, Jerry hasn't got an email from you.
Jerry.
Well, it's because his phone don't work. You don't get links, you don't get nothing.
Actually, he doesn't know that I have, whether I have emailed or not, because he doesn't check his emails.
That's right. I'm a witness to that.
He's checking right now.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. Go to the next page, Jerry Holly. You deleted hers. I seen you delete it.
yeah.
And Bob said the same thing, Gary. It also shows Apple on his side.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but it don't show us being members. But I got 8% of my listeners come from Apple. I looked this morning. Oh, Bob, I hadn't told you. Our play, what did I tell y'all they call that? Plays. Our total plays doubled last night, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bob told me that we can manually link into other channels. Bob told me how to link into this other channel last night, Stitchers. I don't know if that had anything to do with us doubling, but we doubled. I may try that his way homestead.
Oh my gosh. No more truck talk.
Hey, his way homestead. Just keep a bunch of notes because here in a few days we're gonna have a truck talk show. I may bring in people and get rid of these yahoos. I may put them in the chat. We may get KT up here from Flow Momentum.
And I will unsubscribe from every single one of you. Just saying.
Bob's at 46 total play now. Were you at 44, Gary? Is that what you said?
See, I'll tell you. I think it's 41. It went from 20
to 42.
I'm at 41.
Oh, okay.
I was at 21 or 22 when I went to bed last night. And guys, that don't sound like a lot, but if you think about it, we only have 20 or 30, maybe 40 in a live chat. So that's pretty good overnight.
I think you got a new producer. Texas Family Camping wants to be on with the truck talk.
Nope. No more dudes.
Yep. So that way we have Texas Family Camping that show. We'll have His Way Homestead. We'll have Flow Momentum. Jerry Holly drives a Ford, so he can't be on here. So.
Wow.
Oh, you're not going to do a truck series. You're just going to talk about cars.
They're going to talk about Brick now. That's what they're going to talk about.
I may have to have the live off the back of my truck. That's what I'll do. Only thing is my battery won't last that long. I'll have to run whoops. The old phone just died. Went black. I didn't know it was close to going dead.
Because you keep having it,
I've had issues with this iPhone since I've had it.
Well, keep it on the table and don't put it where
that's
you
what I was
usually
just
do.
thinking.
Vibrating takes a lot more of your battery power.
One thing about it, I bet I get less texts from now on from the ladies.
Oh, man.
Texas Family Camping said they couldn't afford to lose Felix as a subscriber.
See? I got pulled.
I'll get Slow Momentum in here.
She's got people.
Oh, see, now Mr. Breeze, that's cool. He has an F-150.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, he can't be on the show either.
Yeah. Sorry, your truck's too manly. You can't be on the show.
His Way Homestead, so there goes the G rating. You're right.
Yeah. They probably want to talk about what tow service is the best tow service to use.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
I agree.
All that AAA and all that stuff talk. Yeah, you're right, Jerry. I am still not seeing anything for Roy and Becky.
Yeah, I keep checking.
He said give him a few minutes, so he had to go set it up. He was just doing one because nobody else was on.
When he goes through Prism, half the time I don't even get to see it. So
yeah, it doesn't send out notifications, is what I've noticed, right?
Yeah, I don't get nothing. So
Yeah, his way home said y'all Ford guys can give us some tow truck driver recommendations.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you read that wrong. What he said was that all the people who drive Fords can show them how to tow with their truck. You didn't
That
read it
wasn't what
right.
he said. It said the Ford guys could tell us who can tow.
Oh, James Catney. See, and I thought I liked you. I just don't know. That's very disappointing.
See OuRView said, you know why all the Fords were painted green back in the day? So they could hide in the grass while the Chevys drove by.
Oh, bro.
I am looking at a Ford, Mr. Breeze. I am looking at a Ford F450. Well, I'm admiring the Ford F450. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know that I'll get one, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, they just went live.
They just went live. We just need a link.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Breezy. I didn't look in there, but I think he's got one.
Yep, my phone's dead, so that stinks. He didn't even give me a warning. I never seen it go in the red, so.
I still don't see anything, so. Oh, there, I got it finally. It popped up. Did you get it already, Nettie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm dropping it right now.
Just now popped up for me, so.
Yeah, I just threw it in the chat.
All right, everybody go raid Roy and Becky's, and we're going to get out of here. And tomorrow's Fun Day Friday. There's no telling what we'll talk about, but I will talk about the cool gift I got in the mail yesterday from a channel that's in the chat as we speak. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. Members will get a sneak peek of it tonight. See you guys.
And we will not talk about vibrating phones. We will not talk. Right. Okay. Now you can close. Bye, everybody.
Get a full charge on your battery.